In our first story, after facing a wave of backlash, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has quietly suspended its controversial plan to hold prayer and fasting sessions that were aimed at tackling Nigeria's food crisis. Now, the ministry had earlier issued an internal circular inviting its top-level staff, directors, deputy directors, assistant directors, and value chain officers to join weekly spiritual gatherings at its Abuja headquarters. Now, these sessions were tagged Divine Intervention for Protection and National Development, and they were scheduled for June 16th, 23rd, and 30th, respectively. Apparently, the staff were also expected to fast as part of the exercise. But following extreme and intense criticism online, a follow-up memo quietly announced that the program had been postponed until further notice. Now, no official reason was given for this sudden U-turn. But this reversal from this prayer and fasting is coming after online citizens slammed the initiative and questioned why spiritual measures were being prioritized at a time when Nigerians are battling soaring food prices and widespread hunger. For many people, this move felt a little out of touch and a tad unrealistic. Now, we've had this problem a lot of times in Nigeria. We often spiritualize where we should be providing tangible, real-life policies and real-time responses. But let's take a look at social media. This is a tweet from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. They say, the ministry has said that prayer is not an official policy to address food security. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security on Saturday clarified that its suspended internal prayer initiative was not an official policy of the ministry to address agriculture and food security. So why was it in a memo stated as such? At Senior Man says, it is really unfair what is happening in Benue State. There is serious ethnic cleansing and land grabbing going on in Benue State, the food basket of the nation. But the Ministry of Agriculture is organizing fasting and prayers for food security and sustenance. This is unfortunate. At Shehu Mati says, nonsense. Prayer in the face of budget padding, fraud, theft, misappropriation, industrial dishonesty, zero capacity, cluelessness. Let them share money to Islamic clerics and Christian clergies who specialize in commercial prayer. I don't know if there's a budget for that, Maddie. Captain MD says, I feel hurt that all my years studying for my first degree in human nutrition, no one could tell me that the real strategy for food security is prayer and fasting. Elijah's Law. That is very, very interesting. They backtracked very quickly. It wasn't a good time for them over the weekend, I'll tell you that.
All right. And then prayers for the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. It's not, we're a secular state. Nigeria is a secular state. So things that has to do with spiritual exercises shouldn't be on any government memo. That's where they got it wrong. Now saying that, look, it's not an official policy and all. What was it looking for in a memo that was circulated? That's all I have to say.